All right, so let's start off by working with shape. I know we've done some introduction to the interface, but there are some specific things that I really want you to get to accustom yourself with, especially when it comes to shape building. Okay, but before then, I would like a situation whereby we're able to create the custom size that we talked about in the previous video. So if you want to create a new document using a custom size, all you need to do is to come here where we have this custom size. Okay, if I should switch over to my canvapro, we also have it here. Okay, it might look different, but it's just somewhere around this board here. So I'm going to be using the free version. So we're going to not here, though you can also create it here where we have this create a design. You also have it here as custom size. So but what I want also to do here is just to use this one here, and most times for social media design I like using the 3000 by 3000 image size. So I'm hitting my keyboard and putting those numbers there, 3000 by 3000. Okay, I'm just going to hit create. Okay, now that we're here, we're going to bring in shape. Okay, so talking about shape, remember this panel here, I'm going to click on it and we have this part here that says shape. Okay, it's part of the elements, just like we have this tab here that recently used. So we're going to open this tab here where we have see all. Okay, so now that we have here, so we're going to learn how to create custom shape. Okay, let's bring in this one. Okay, to edit this shape, we have some tools here. Whenever you bring in a shape, it's just going to act like a text box. Okay, we have this cursor in the middle and we can type a text, but that's not what we want to use this text box for. Okay, it's a text box because we can type a text inside, but we want it as a shape. So we're going to delete this text and click off. And by clicking it back, you can see it's no longer a text box anymore, but it's now a shape of its own. Okay, we have this one that has to do with the color, where you can pick any color of your choice and choose any color. And you can also choose gradient. Okay, we have this set here where we have solid colors and gradient. Okay, gradient are two colors, okay, that moves from one to another. They kind of blend well together. So we have this one. For the gradient, if you want to change color, it's very simple. Maybe you want to change this color and this one. All you need to do is to come to this color here and click on it. Then we're gonna have the gradient color. So we have these two color here, which is this yellow and this pink. Okay, let's say we want to change this yellow to something blue. Okay, let's make it blue. And for this one, let's say we want to make it to be purple. It's already in the purple range, but I want it to be more purplish. Okay, so immediately you select your color, just click off. Okay, and your color is going to be selected. Now we have it in this direction. So we have the gradient style. We have this one flowing from the top to the bottom. Then we have this one flowing diagonally, where we have the blue kind of floating to the downward part. Okay, let me make this a little bit bigger. Okay, I'm using this handle here to make it big. Okay, this handle here, and you can see that it's scaling from this top here. Okay, if you want to scale from the middle, hold on your alt key, you will be able to scale it from the middle. Okay, hold on the alt key. That is if you're using a PC. If you're using a Mac, I think it should be the option key. I don't know, I don't use Mac, but this is what you should know. So I'm just going to increase this from the middle, holding down the alt key while dragging. Okay, we have these other handles that you can use to increase left or right. They are very easy to understand. So for the color, we're talking about the gradient style. So let's go back. So if we want to edit this, we can come back to this part and we have all this gradient style. This is the radial, which kind of have it in the middle. Okay, so we also have this diagonal kind of flow. It's almost like this second one, but it's almost a reverse of this first one. Okay, so that is for gradient. Okay, so you can always come to the solid color and it just switch back. So you come here, you already have some default here that you can use. And if you notice that we just lost our design that we've set up before, so we can either hit this part here or you hit Ctrl+Z to get our gradient back. So now that we're here, we see how the gradients. So that is for color. Okay, and one thing is you can actually change the shape back to any other shape that you want. Okay, we can change it now to the red and we still have all our settings intact. Okay, we can turn it to circle, we can turn it to upside down, triangle, we can turn it to this is it hexagon, and you can pick any of these shapes here. And so let's go back to our initial square. So we have this one now, which is the border line. Okay, you can increase the border line. For the border line here, we have it as black. Now before now it wasn't here before. Let me take it back and you can see that it's gone. But immediately you start introducing the border width, which is also the border line, it appears. So if you bring it in a shape and you're seeing this here, just know that it actually has a stroke, okay, on the border. Okay, so you can choose, let me make this big so that you can have it more visible. So we have a dash line, we have these two different dash line, is the dotted line, so you can choose anyone. So right here we have these rounded corners, this rounded corner which will make your shape to be round. Okay, you can actually take down this border and be able to control this. Okay, so by taking out, by rounding off, now you can see that we are not achieving this, and you can see that this one is now selected. So let me take it down. Now I switch back to this, just watch it, and immediately I introduce roundness, it switches back to this. Okay, so now for this, it's just telling you that you can actually use it as a text box, but it's actually not, it's not a text box. So we can actually introduce a text box into it. So let's see if we can pick any font and come here. Okay, immediately you've selected a font, now you cannot type back at it. Okay, and remember, we don't want to do that, so we're just going to wipe it out. Okay, so this is for increasing the text font. Okay, let's bring in our text again so that you just see how it goes. Let me select all text by pressing Ctrl A on my keyboard. So with this now we can introduce make the width to be bigger. Okay, I'm just holding down my mouse while on this number. We can actually just type whatever we want here. Let's say we want the font to be 100, okay, or 1000. This is gingatic. Let's take down to something like 100. I think I typed 1000 instead of 100, and now we have it this way. Okay, this is for the text color. Okay, we have this one for this one here, which is the box color. But for this one, let's take it to something white so that text can be visible with this color background. Contrast here now, just making this one visible instead of using a color that is not visible on that background. So we have this to increase the font. Like I selected just this part of this text, and you can see that this part is bigger than this part because I didn't select the whole text. So you can actually make cool stuff. Let's make something nice. Let's type the word hello there. So I can actually say hello, then make this there to be something not bold. So I can press this now, so we have this hello there. Okay, you can see as simple as this, it's looking nice. Okay, and that's what you should know about typography. So we have this now, hello there, and let's round off this corner. Not this, I mean round off this corner. So we can actually select the alignment tool, which can actually make it to be, let me select the whole text again. The way I'm selecting the text is that I just click here and press Ctrl A. It's going to select the whole text. Okay, so by alignment is, you can either make it to be left aligned by pushing it here. You can also make bullet points with this text inside this box. Okay, most times I don't like working with text right in the middle of a box and just working directly. I like typing my text separately and just drawing the shape and bringing my text on it. Okay, let's say I want to bring in the text. I can actually come here. I say I pick text. Okay, bring in a text box. Okay, and type, let's type the word Canva. Okay, let's just what we're working with, or let's say Canva mastery. So we're going to press Ctrl A to select all our text, make it bold, and make our text here to be, let's select all the text and type 200 and hit the enter key. So we have Canva mastery here. And for our font, we're going to select Bebas. Okay, Bebas is one of my favorite fonts. Is Bebas. Okay, Bebas. So we have Bebas new. I'm going to click on it, and our font has been changed. So we're going to scale this. If you want to scale from the middle, anything you're scaling and you want it to scale from the middle, always hold down the Alt key. But if I hold down the Alt key and I'm scaling, it's going to scale from the middle. This is one of the whole way I like working. So that is how you can actually scale. So we have the Canva mastery here, and we are putting it here. So let's take our text, select all, and let's make this to be center aligned. Okay, and let's remove these bullet points and let's click on it until it's out. Okay, for your shape, we can actually turn down the opacity by bringing it down. Okay, this is going to bring down the opacity of the shape. Everything, opacity is always there for any shape, so you can always turn it down and bring it up. Okay, let's say you want to add a drop shadow to shape. This is one thing that I like doing in Canva, because sometimes you just have to add drop shadow to your shape. Okay, but it's impossible most times to just add drop shadow to shape, except it's actually something you've imported into Canva. Okay, So how do you add drop shadow? What you probably do is to come to your shape tool here, and search for the word shadows. Shadows, and we have shadows. Let's search for shadows. Okay, the reason why we are unable to search for it is because we are on that shape. Okay, we're just gonna go back, and right here now we can search the whole folder now. I mean the whole library in Canva. So let's search for the word shadows and hit enter. So we're going to see some shadows. Most of them are actually pro versions. So we have this one which is actually not a pro version, but that's not what we want. Okay, we have this one. So we can actually take this one and just slice off this part and just come here. I'm using the free one because you may be watching and you don't have the Canva Pro. So these are actually ways that you can add drop shadows. So we're having this now. Let's just put it behind. Let's not, if you should do this, what will happen is this. You're going to have this abrupt, let me zoom in by holding down my control key and scrolling in with my scroll wheel. Okay, I don't want that. It can actually look nice. Let me click on this and just finish up with it. Let's see how it's going to look. Let's move this one down so that we can have control, and let's move it to this edge and just resize this to this edge. And we're going to take this to the back. Okay, how you take it to this back, I like working with the layer structure. So we're going to come to the structure so we can actually hit back. Okay, just hit back and it's going to take it to the back. So we have this, but I don't like this edge that just kind of slicing off. It almost looks fake, so I'm going to increase it until we have it like this. Yeah, we want that smooth flow. Okay, so we're going to hold down the alt key and just scale so that it's scale from the middle. Okay, so we're able to achieve this shape like this now. Okay, so we can have this Canva mastery. And one thing, you can actually select a whole document by holding down and sliding across your design. It's going to select both item, and now you can move down. If you want to move things in a straight line, okay, you can hold down your shift key while dragging things. Okay, if I select this tool now and I'm moving it like this, if I hold down the shift key, it's going to restrict it to one. So you can just position it somewhere here. Hello there, and we have the Canva mastery. Okay, so we can select all and just push it upward. Okay, so these are different ways you can actually work with shape. Okay, other things that you may probably be working with shape on is these arrows. Okay, you can use them for making flowcharts. Okay, let me create a new page. This is where you can actually create a new page. Click on this. Now we have a new page. So let's bring in a new shape and let's bring in this arrow. Okay, so let's bring this arrow here. Our arrow is actually white, so we can't see it because of this color here. So let's change it to black so that we can see it visibly, and let's increase the width. Okay, so that we can have it. Now you can see that we have the head and the tail. I don't know if this is the head or this is the tail. So we can choose this part, and this one we can make it to be like this. So you can choose any one of your choice. Okay, and one thing is, once you are dragging this arrow, they kind of snap. Okay, they snap to this part, and if you let it go by snapping, and now you can see that it's attached to that part. Okay, and if you move this box, it's attached. So you can use this for drawing shapes, like maybe you're doing a flow chart. I mean, let me just bring in another shape, and you want this to be connected to this one. Okay, so you can also make it like this. Let me hold down this one, and you can also attach it. So anywhere this one goes now, this one just follows. Kind of, they are attached forever. Okay, but sometimes it may be that that's not what you want, because by default they will just snap. Okay, so let's hit Ctrl Z, and now let's say you want to move it independently without it snapping. Okay, what you can do actually is to hold down the control key while moving so that you can have this free flow. Okay, while holding down the control key, you can see that it's no longer snapping, but if you let go of the control key while dragging, it's just going to snap to these edges. So you see all these handles, it's going to snap to them. Can you snap to the middle? So sometimes it may not be what you want, but it's good you know that. Okay, so we have this that you can actually create an elbow. You can actually make the line bend on its own by using this one that I just clicked on. So you can, maybe there's a line here, you just want to create a flow kind of. Okay, maybe you want to create a connection. Okay, so you can use all this for making different connections. So you can drag this one now, and you can even make this one move. So you can just, as long as you are dragging it, it's just going to give you new flows. Okay, so that is one thing you should be aware of. Okay, you can actually turn it back to a straight line. You can make it an elbow, you can make it a curve. Okay, let's say you want to give it a curve. Okay, maybe after dragging it and snapping, let me snap it to this one. You want it to have something like a curve like this to another shape. Let me just bring in the circle. So you can, let me click off, there's a circle here, and just scale it down. Okay, maybe this is what you want to do, so you can use this one to create these curves. Okay, so let's click on it again. There are some times whereby you will search for shapes in Canva and those shapes don't have fill. For example, let's look for those other shapes. Let's look for, let's say for social media icon, let's look for Facebook. Okay, Facebook. Oh, these are pro. I don't want the pro. I just want to see anyone that's free. Let me see. Okay, good. Some shapes come in this form that you cannot change their color. You can see that it's an image and it's white. Let's say I want to change this to blue. There's no way you can change it. The only way you can manipulate this by changing it to blue is by coming to this edit. Okay, it's an image, but let's edit it. And now we have it. So we're going to use the dual tone effect, but just click on it and we have different colors. Yes, if there's any color here that you like, that you really want to turn it to, you can just click on it. But most times I like taking colors that I really want, because sometimes you may be working with a brand that has a specific color and you want to change to this color. Maybe it's not even Facebook icon. So all you can do is to click on this custom. Once you click on this custom, it's going to give you the two color of the dual tone, because dual tone is like two colors that kind of blend together. They are not gradient, but they have a way of blending. They almost work like gradient. So we're going to click on this first one. Let's say we want to turn it to red. So let's drag this now to the red and click off. Okay, we've already clicked off. Let's select it again, go to edit image, come here. Whenever you've done anything using the effects, okay, we're going to see this icon, meaning you've attempted using this before, and you can just click on it to reconfigure it. So we have this one now, the highlights, which is red, the shadows, let's turn it to red, and it's going to take the whole shape to that the same color. So by clicking off, don't click off here, so that you can see have your panel here, so that you don't make the mistake we just did down. So let's scale this one down. Hold down your Alt key always if you want to scale from the middle. And now we have it as red. So this is the way you can actually make any color of your choice using shape. Let's say something for my upload. Let me see if I have anything there. Let's say I want to change. Let me bring this shape. Let's say I want to change this color, this logo to red. So you can actually come here, click on the dual tone, click on the custom, select the first color, pick any color of your choice. Let's make this one green. If you want to change a particular design to a complete color, let's pick something here, and you want to pick this exact color, you're going to use the X code so that you can paste it into the second color. So let's select this color X code and press Ctrl C on your keyboard and click off. Come here, select this color here, select this hex code rather, and press Ctrl V. This is going to paste the exact color code into the box. And now we have the same color, because sometimes it can be difficult for you to move around. Because let's say we want to select this green before now, we'll be probably picking it, and that's going to make your design have two color unknowingly to you, but the machine is going to see two different color. So let's select this. I'm still having this on my clipboard, so let's press Ctrl V, and it's going to pick the exact hex code. So we also have the intensity that you can affect how much of that color. Okay, so this is the way you can actually change different color shapes. Okay, and this can be very useful. Let me give you a good example of how you can actually use this. Let's delete all this. Okay, let's select all and delete. Let's say I'm bringing, okay, let me bring in this lady, and let's drag her to fill up the space. Okay, so we're going to make a duplicate of her. Okay, let's make it another one behind her. So we're going to go to position, and we're going to send this front one to the back. Okay, so we have the one at the back now. So still on that one on the back, we're going to color her to be something red. So let's go to the dual tone, and let's go to the custom shape, and let's pick on this one, and let's make it green. Or let's use that green. Will green be fine? Or let's just use red. Okay, let's drag it to the top and come to this one and drag to the top. Okay, now you can see how beautiful this can actually be. Okay, so this one now we can actually use this effect in making shadows, drop shadows. You can see this design type. Now let's bring in, or maybe let's just take both of them. You can actually drag anything from one page to another. So let's drag her to this page. Sometimes it can be difficult to move. Now it's on this page, so let's be on this page proper. So we have this canvapro. Let's select this whole one. I really want to select just this one. I don't want it to select this one, so let's move it up here and let's select both of these and just bring her down here. So you can see that we're always coming up with design style already by using some of all these shape tools right there in Canva. So that brings us to the end of this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.